Comic Army. My name is Chris, Comic Vet. Happy New Comic Book Day. A lot's happened in the last couple of days in the world of comic books themselves. We're going to get into that. But first, if you're joining me live, appreciate your time. If you're catching me on the rewind here, also appreciate your time. Again, I just want to spotlight the channel members and say thank you. All of you. We'll do a roll at the end of this particular live, but I just want to give you a heads up that Retro Rocket Comics, my local LCS, I should say my LCS, not local LCS, doubling down on local. Retro Rocket Comics, which again, located in Cambridge, Ontario, about 55 miles due west of Toronto, is sponsoring this month's Comic Army box giveaway entirely, and it's timeless. And he's thrown in more of those timeless variants that were actually dropped today. And let's just spotlight those ones. It's Sandman realizing that it wasn't just a dry fart. It's Vulture giving you like the stink eye. It's Thanos mid sneeze. And I can't say anything bad about Galactus because it's Galactus. So yeah, these four have now joined this impossible stack of all the timeless villain normal variants that have come out so far from Marvel, and the set will be complete from Retro Rocket Comics to one lucky channel member. The first Wednesday of next month, providing they're all out, then it will be the second Wednesday of next month. Once this set is complete, all you have to do is make sure that you hit that join button, join the Comic Army today, and you will have a legit opportunity to win the entire variant set of the Alex Ross Timeless Villains variants. It's incredible. Again, Chris from Retro Rocket Comics, thank you so much, Chris, for going above and beyond with this incredible giveaway for the channel members. And with that said, Free Comic Book Day is coming up the first Saturday of May. That particular morning, I'm going to be going live from Retro Rocket Comics. Thanks, Rocky. You keep it up there, Rob. From Retro Rocket Comics, as people start to walk into the store for Free Comic Book Day. I am going to sit down with Chris, and we're going to have a little chat, and he's going to show some books. There might be a giveaway. Make sure that you're tuned in that particular Saturday morning. The store opens at 10. Chris and I have to work out the finer details, what time he wants me to go live. I'm thinking at some point between 10 and 11. The 501st are going to be there. I believe he's hoping for an R2 to actually show up as well, and some costume superheroes as well. And of course, all those free comic books for Free Comic Book Day. And knowing Chris, he's probably going to have some terrific sales going on. So I'm going to be plugging the hell out of Chris's store as well. As you can see, he stepped up to the plate for the channel members for next month. That's about it. This is the point normally where I talk about the weather, but the weather's been so bad and so cold. It's not even worth talking about. It's just bad. It's not motorcycle weather by any stretch. Whereas last week it was. It's not anymore. But I got a bunch of people hanging out backstage. We got an interesting topic to talk about. Then we're going to get into New Comic Book Day. I'm kind of feeling like it's a little bit of a lighter New Comic Book Day, but we'll see. We'll see. We got some guys that are not afraid to pick up some ratios and some variants. It's been a minute since Jay's been on my channel, but I was on his channel last Saturday talking about the franchise and the franchise's movies. Jay, man, thanks for coming back, my man.
Thank you for having me on. It's always great to come on here and show everything off and see what everyone else got. Because sometimes I need an education. I'm like, oh, you got that? Should I get it? And I don't know what to buy. I'm alone in this.
Gotcha. It's my Only Slabs partner, Rob.
Buy old books with bubble helmets. Invest heavily in a high robot portfolio.
Is my man. Thank you for coming back.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
One of my favorite people in the comic book community. It's Digger Jim. Jim, it's been a minute. How are you?
Don't buy robot helmets.
Just get him out of here. I mean, we know that bubble helmets are important because, well, Rocket comics.
EW, I hope you had a good new comic book day.
Nah.
All right.
I got hailed on while I was like working today, so.
And
You got hailed on, or
Yeah, well, yes.
it's the greatest beard in the comic book community, in my opinion.
In like 4 different ways.
Yeah, I
Second
agree
greatest
with
based
that.
on
yeah.
the awards.
It's incredible.
that's right. He didn't win the award for it, so
Let's just quickly say hello to those that are hanging out. Not only is Las Cruces saying hooray, it's also woohoo! Las Cruces 1971, my man. Appreciate your time. And hello from Ontario. Adam collecting with Durs. Hello, my beautiful homies. Adam is one of the biggest Eagles fans I know, and his quarterback just signed the biggest contract in NFL history. And yeah, that was an interesting play. Interesting play. Is saying what's up to the comic community. Eli Gunther is in the house. Appreciate your time. Channel member, aggressively relaxing. Happy Garlic Day. And also new comic book
Also,
day.
new comic day.
I had a shawarma with lots of garlic on it today.
Comic Cap Collectibles. Appreciate your time. Happy new comic book day. Thanks for stopping by. The greatest name in the comic book community. Dr. Von Hoots. Comics from the Spiral Dimension. Good evening, my friend. DVH is in the house. Hope you and your family are doing well. Crazy Stack. Yeah, I'm presuming he's talking about the giveaway for next month. Bonjour, Jean. Ça va? Good evening, everyone. Jean Malot is in the house. Another one of those terrific handles in the YouTube community. Someone whose Instagram I'm actually really on top of all the time. It's Couch and Slouching with C. Bizzle. Good evening, everyone. I am at the salon getting my hair done. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but we're live from the salon. Rob's around the corner.
Don't be a hater now.
Now where you all have to go, like, get haircuts in the process.
I went to the barber the other day. It's $90. How is this $90?
What?
Wow.
What?
Really? Well, because
What
you get
kind of
everything
special
done.
wax
though,
or
right?
something like that?
Full head shave, face shave, beard, mustache
Oh
trim.
my gosh.
Wow.
The whole thing.
This
Yeah.
was $25. I mean, look at this.
Yeah. This was done from a $6 clipper like 2 weeks ago. But yeah.
Well, this one was done from my Norelco this morning, but I mean,
Yeah.
You know what it is, man. Rob is he's a superstar. He has to, the proper grooming. It's sterile in the room.
He's a good-looking kid. I'll give him that. He's a good-looking kid. AR is saying that is an awesome Alex Ross. He just did an interview on his YouTube. Yeah. He's a fascinating man to listen to. Let's see what else. I'm just kind of jumping forward. Brian, channel member Brian LCS is in the house, my man. Brian, everyone, just a heads up, the CBC Awards nominations will be opening very soon. Very soon. Please remember everyone that's on this panel, and of course, only slaps.
just remember to go vote and get your
Just go
nominations
vote.
in.
Yeah.
Just have your voice heard.
Well, you got to nominate first.
No, I understand that,
You
but
gotta nominate
go
first.
get your voice heard.
Look, Jean
regardless
Malot
of
is a
who it
very
is.
wise man with some wise recommendations. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there you are.
Channel member Stephen C. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Happy new comic book day. Hope you and your family are doing very, very well. Invest heavily in Squirrel Girl. Or AR like Squirrel Girl.
There you
We got to see the full Rogues Gallery.
Uh,
It's been a minute, my man. E-Man's in the house.
yes.
Channel
E-Man.
member. Hope that you and your family are doing well. It's been a minute since we've seen any workout pictures, by the way, on your Instagram feed. And he does have quite the lovely locks of hair, let's be honest. Comic Man Andy's saying, what's up? It is. It's a snazzy show. It's a snazzy show.
Hey, man, we need to know if you're going to Shortbox Live.
Rob, I have a bridge that he would like to sell you. I have shares in the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, well,
He is saying that he got his haircut in the Dominican Republic for only $20. Haircut, face done, even my eyebrows, and they line me up nicely. So
Did he have to go to the Dominican Republic to get his haircut?
Now, what was the price to get to the DR?
yeah,
That's
because
my real question.
I saved then in the long run.
It's
Right.
a dental vacation.
Austin
It's still
getting the
cheaper to travel than it is to get Rob's haircut.
Well, you got to get the passport. You got to get the airline ticket. You got to get the hotel fare.
Yeah, but Rob's barber charges $95 to a bald dude. For E-Man's hair, that's like a $4,000 cut with Rob.
Right.
So
he would come in and be like, "Oh Lord."
Yeah.
AR is right. AR is
tiene.
right. Look at this. I was guessing that mustache was worth 3 figures at least just in maintenance. It's like driving a Jag. Adam's back.
It doesn't break down as often though.
Tonight, everyone, we are Mando spoiler free because it is a season finale. Not all of us have gotten to see it.
Nope.
And
my spoiler is that
you're
Mando's
still a handsome devil. He will be at Shortbox Live with the villains and the daughter.
Awesome. We'll have to meet up.
Terrific.
Making sure you get an Only Slabs lanyard.
He is admitting it was the world's most expensive haircut.
No, that's not true. Somebody blocked the entire Golden Gate Bridge once to get a haircut.
So CGC went and did something. And
did they?
I know not everyone on this panel, not everyone in particular, submits books. I know some of us pick up books on the secondary market once they're graded, or pick up mystery boxes that have graded books in them, or we make trades for graded books, blah, blah, blah. But I do know a couple panelists on here are hardcore when it comes to getting their books graded. Their channels are kind of built around the whole idea of graded comic books. And I got to admit, this is how I was enticed into Andy's channel way back in the day. Andy is a serious grader when it comes to his comic books, as is my partner right here, Rob. Now
I don't know why you would think that I have anything to do with it. I don't think you would think I have anything to do with slabs. I mean,
now I know Rob spreads the love out
you, man,
for the economy. The way
Simply
Rob
it's going to be a thing now.
But
have to do the Raw show moving forward. 100 episodes. Never. That's it. It's over after 100 episodes.
But everyone, this was kind of dropped on us. Changes to the comic book grading tier and services at CGC. The modern tier, the fee is changed now to $25. By the way, this is all American dollars, Jay, just heads up. Yep. The economy tier, the name changed to vintage, and the fee is changed to $37. The standard tier, name changed to high value, the fee changed to $85. Express tier, the tier is discontinued. They submit collectibles over $1,000 under the unlimited value tier. The walkthrough tier, name changed to unlimited value, fee changed to 4% of fair market value, $150 minimum fee. The reholder is no changes. Reholder high value name was changed to reholder unlimited value. No fee changes. The grading pre-screen, the fee changed to $9 per reject. That is a little bit of a jump. The minimum submission requirement has been removed.
That's a big thing.
Imaging.
That's that they call you a reject and then charge you.
Yeah. Imaging, no changes, and custom labels, no changing as well. So I'm going to take this down for a sec. And basically show us what you got is now going to be all about Andy and Rob.
You should flip them. I'm gonna flip out of there.
Do you want to?
Jay, no disrespect, but I'm going to put Andy up.
You can put me down, and I'll be the power bottom. I'll just sleep my way through it all.
I've never sent anything. I don't even know how it works. I don't even know what any of those things mean at all. I have 2 graded copies just for whatever.
Now, the interesting thing is this is now right at the beginning of Major Con season. I know for Andy, the Motor City Comic Con, which is one of Michigan's crown jewels, is right around the corner. I know San Diego is coming up in a short amount of time, the biggest one of them all. And also we have a bunch of other big cons, including Fan Expo. Fan Expo Toronto, where CGC regularly does appear, and they upcharge, of course, with the currency conversion. Yeah. However, guys, like Rob, Andy, and feel free, guys, everyone else who does participate in submitting, is this like the biggest changes you feel you've seen since the beginning of COVID?
No. This
No.
is now the third price change
Yep.
and that they've done, and for the majority of collectors, this increase is one of their by percentage is one of the smallest increases they've put out. Now, at books that are over $1,000, no, that's a completely different ball of wax. But for any book that you submit that's under $1,000, this is one of the lowest percentage increases. Their first increase that they did was actually their biggest increase. But when you factor that this is now the third increase since 2000, right? Or since 2020, so just
Yes.
3 years ago, you're talking about in 2020, some of those books, they've gone up 5, 10, 20 plus dollars in that under $1,000 range, which can range, anywhere from 20 to 24% by itself. But then there was the stealth price increase too that everybody forgets about, which was when they removed the discount for members that were paying $150 and such. Or when you remove that discount, plus you remove the free credit, it actually the price increase calculates to over 50% at almost every tier, or higher. So it's been significant price increases from them overall over the last 3 years. But this one, realistically, you're talking about it's, for most people, it's going to be anywhere from $1 to $2 increase for any of those books that are under $1,000. And surprisingly, for a comparable time period, CGC is going to be significantly less expensive than CBCS in this price range. Now, once you go over $1,000, roles reverse,
So-
and CBCS becomes really less expensive.
Right. Now, I know Andy is not afraid necessarily to submit some of his grails, i.e. we all know that Andy's a big saga fan and Star Wars fan, and so he does send his books in for protection, and 9 times out of 10, Andy pulls in some terrific grades. Andy, what are you thinking about The Walking Dead? What are you thinking about these 4-figure books, like, say, the Djurjevic UF4?
Well, Rob's made some absolutely fantastic points. There's 2 more points that I want to make on top of this.
Yep.
What does CGC stand for? Certified Guaranteed Company. Here's 2 points we as a community need to stand up and talk more about. 1, if you submit a book and it's valued at, let's just say, under $1,000 when you submit it and fill out the paperwork, there's nothing stopping CGC from determining that value rises over 1,000 when they decide to grade it, kick you out of the standard tier, charge you a minimum of $150 at a 4% sliding grade. Now, Rob thankfully added context to that. It's like $3,700 and under. It stays at $150.
Yes.
So now instead of getting charged $85, you get charged a minimum of $150, but it's a sliding tier. Here's problem number 1. Who's the governing body that determines the value of that book? There's no clear process of who is governing when that book gets bumped or bounced out. This is absolutely infuriating. Certified Guaranteed Company, except for when we want to charge you more money. And you don't get a say in it. You get an email and your card gets charged. Done. This has happened to me personally. It's happened to many other people in the community. But we had the safety net that we got bumped into that $85 tier and was set at $85. There's no clear standard or process that says when you send your book in and it's under 1,000, when it goes up, if it goes up because of how volatile the modern market is, if it goes up, there's no clear process of how they're evaluating that book and who's evaluating it and what process they're using to do that. Kanan number 6, I submitted a year and a half ago, $400 to $500 9.8. It came back at 9.8. I got the email. Hey, we're bumping you out of the tier. The book is worth over $1,000. You go to GPA right now, Kanan number 6 CGC 9.8 has never, ever sold for more than $900 some odd dollars. So where did they determine that book was valued at more than $1,000? And they bumped me out. I was protected by the $85 tier. I'm not protected by that $85 tier anymore. It's doubled. It's almost doubled. A 90 some odd % increase from that $85 tier to the minimum of $150. There's no protecting people. There's no clear process protecting the average collector. And God forbid, if you're running your business on graded comic books, what's protecting you in your business?
Huge profit margin hit.
It's a huge profit margin shit. This should be infuriating for people. And I'm happy for those people that aren't infuriated about it. I'm infuriated about it not because it just affects me, but it affects the larger community as a whole. What is this going to do? They're de-incentivizing grading those Walking Dead ones, those Invincible ones, those Clone Wars ones. There's no incentive to send the book in to grade it anymore if you wanted to get it graded. It's going to cost you double. Yeah. And then if for some reason the Ahsoka show drops, I got Clone Wars 1 set up to do a signing event in Motor City because Ashley Eckstein and the Clone Wars crew is going to be there. I'm elated. We wanted to do this at C2E2. We pushed it off to Motor City. We're going to get that book signed now. I'm going to get hit with a $150 minimum grading fee. I'm going to get hit with higher signature fees now. But who's to say when they go to grade that book, if it gets graded in August and the show does amazing and that book skyrockets in price, who's to say they don't bump me into 4 or 5, whatever they determine that book to be valued at, who's to say they don't bump me up and I get hit with 150 plus 4, that 4% it goes higher? What's protecting me and my credit card and my financials? Because in the fine print, you're authorizing them to charge it for whatever they want to charge it for. There's two problems. There's no clear process governing who's determining what the value of that book is, and there's no clear process on what guide they're using to value the books, because clearly the Kanan 6 I submitted never had a sold copy of over $1,000 or of over 900. Yet they told me it was valued at over $1,000 and they upcharged me. I'm not only infuriated by that book. I lived it. I paid for it, whatever. I've moved on. But here we are again. And now they're adding more gray area to what is it called? A company that's called Certified Guaranteed Company.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of their percentage thing. I really wish they would look more at what CBCS had done as far as their new tier, as much as I don't like their pricing either. But at least in this range, they've stuck to a 1 to 4K range, a 4 to 7K range. Now they don't seem to do anything over 7K, but an example like, Andy's talking about a book that's between 1 to 4K, there's still $45 for a modern book in that right price range to grade it.
Let me interject for another quick 10 seconds. How many of us fought tooth and nail for 20 years to build our collections affordably and economically and are extremely proud of how valuable our collections are now? And how many of us paid tens of dollars or hundreds of dollars for these books, and now we got to grade them into the tune of what they're saying because they're valued at thousands of dollars? How many people out there like me are grading books on a strict budget? I have every dollar earmarked for the entire year for CGC, and they've completely blown that budget out of the water now. It's going to cost me double what I had budgeted for the whole year. More than the average collector out there is doing this on a budget, and a very strict and tight budget, because this is a hobby. It's an extra luxury. It's not something we need to have to do. So that's another reason why it's infuriating. Like this is stuff that's planned out, and people, like, I get it, $1 a book modern. Okay, I can cope with that. But when you add all this gray area to that new tier, when they've eliminated that express and moved it into this walkthrough tier of 150, then that sliding 4%, whatever, it's kind of infuriating, and I'm not going to hide my feelings for that.
No, you shouldn't.
Do you pay in advance, or what happens? You send it in.
You fill out a paperwork and you put what tier you expect it to be, and then you submit your paperwork and stuff. And then if it falls into this where it crosses over, then they change it and they notify you. Oh, we changed it.
Right. So they're saying. So you're saying they could just wait. The show comes out, all of a sudden everyone's dying over this show, and they're like, "Oh shit! Look, we got number one here. We're making
this was a bigger issue the last go rounds and stuff when their lead times were significantly longer.
Months. Yeah. How many people's boxes sat on the dock for 6 months?
Yeah. The only good thing right now is that their lead time is much shorter, and you don't have as much time period for a shift like that to occur. But it's still a possibility. It's still something that's there, and it's still something that's real, especially on some of these books that are over $1,000. It is a big difference. Oddly enough, though, hey Andy, just throw it out there. You can still do PGX for $14, buddy.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But
that's actually not funny. Like that, I get that's out there for comedic value, but all of a sudden PGX, who, by the way, has a brand new holder that everyone seems to like, all of a sudden now, without saying much, just got themselves
up to 4K is for a modern book is $14, and Silver Age is $25, and Golden Age is $28.
Plus, every book you send in is a 99.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
and there's some comparisons being made. I've talked to several people
Joe.
today. I really appreciate people messaging me in the comments. They're like, "But Andy, whether I grade a Hulk 181 or a Hulk 179, I got to pay the same price for that." And I'm like, "You're talking about a much more stable market and a much more proven comic book."
Yeah.
That are modern collectors that thrive on, my passion is modern comic books. It's extremely volatile. That Kanan #1 that I paid $85 to grade, that they valued at over $1,000, has been another $400 or $500 book again. It dropped in half. So I paid triple at the time of what should have been a $25 grading fee. I paid more than triple to grade that book because they determined it was over $1,000 value, and then the market tanked.
So,
Well,
so I have a question.
Mhm.
I have a
Yeah.
question regarding all this. So, from someone that doesn't grade like you two,
Mhm.
right? I'm just a guy that just every so often I'll probably send something out, but nothing crazy, right? When it comes to these things, I've had situation where the person says, "We're gonna say it's this."
Mhm.
Could it be CGC saying, "Well, we're going to prevent this from happening, so now we're going to make the decision that what's the actual fair market value of this book?" Because I've seen people say that book's worth this much, but we're going to say it's worth this much. Is that something that could be
Hello,
causing
Well,
part of that problem?
so there's a couple things that come into play. One, there's
Two
market
cases.
shifts, especially modern books. It can shift dramatically.
Of course.
Second, there is people who undervalue their books that send stuff in and then get changed with their stuff. And then there's also just scenarios where you think it's a certain grade, you undergrade it, and based on the grade you assign a value that's correct, but then it comes out a much different grade than you expected, and all of a sudden that can change dramatically what the value of the book is too.
But there's no accountability on the side of CGC. They're just
Correct.
saying we're going to price.
That's Andy's
That's where
point.
that's the
Andy's
whole thing
point.
about
It's not a transparent process that they put out there to explain how they go about doing it or anything else on that. And that may be something that starts to come up more frequently as more and more books fall into this category. But who knows?
Well, that's where these other companies should take advantage of these opportunities when this happens. CGC is kind of like the Apple of grading comics. Let's face it. Everybody wants to get a CGC, right? No one cares as much as CBCS or PGX, as you
It's a bad
mentioned, right?
example. More people use Android than Apple, but go ahead.
But I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Apple's
the shiny.
It's the standard. It's the standard bearer.
It can't be the standard if it's in the minority.
Okay.
He's right there. But go back to the shiny part. It's the shiny.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But
they put themselves at this plateau. They put themselves higher above everyone else. That's the idea.
They put the price up higher than everybody else. Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Ben Parker with the win.
The new
ice lab is dope, though.
And with
it's perfect for your digital comics.
Yeah.
And
that would bother me. That would bother me a lot
books.
that there's no process written to say, hey, we base this based on the latest eBay sales as of the date that it's submitted. Just anything written, documented to say, hey,
you're correct.
This is what what we follow. And I think that will come, I would think, right?
I'll throw another one out there for you, though, Digger. There's no process that's written out that explains their grading system either.
I saw that one video with the guy.
We've seen videos of guys who've alluded to certain things.
We
know it's loose. We know it's a modified version of the overshoot, but they've never really been very transparent, except I guess maybe recently with their class that they charge people to go to on how to grade the CGC way, whatever. But essentially, it's been a mystery.
I could see that being a protected business asset for a company like CGC or PGX, but the accountability side on where they determine the value lies, that's not something that should be completely transparent, especially
100%.
Especially you want to know what adds insult to injury? How many people in the community have been receiving extremely low quality control, damaged, mishandled, manhandled books from the new graders? So if not necessarily the new graders, but overall just from CGC. So are these the same people that are determining the value of your book now too, and are just going to kick it out into this higher tier because they feel like it should be, or because they think
they work
because
out commission? They got bad news.
This is why they have to do raise the prices, Andy. They've had to spend more money reholdering all these mechanical errors.
Well,
But,
I think what they did was they increased more people. They got the turnaround time down, and with all that, that's cost. And they're gonna the price raising, like you said, Rob. That part is not as bad. It's what Andy's talking about of justification of why you do that. Why would you think I need to have something stating here's our rule. If you put it on this day and it comes in, we do this. And guess what? On that day when it came in and we submitted it, this is the value on that day. Not 10 weeks from now, that day that we did it.
Because the reality of the process of grading books for those of us that have been grading books and collecting grading books for long periods of time is the turn times from CGC are only just recently drastically improved. Most of us are accustomed to sitting and waiting 6 months for a box to be opened.
minimum,
and we all
right?
know how drastically values can change in 6 months on anything other than gold, silver, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So
Just go ahead, Andy.
if I'm using a prepaid debit card or credit card to pay my CGC grading fees, and they bump 2 out of my 10 books into that standard tier, and there's an additional, I don't know, let's just call it an additional $200 in fees, and my card gets declined because I'm using a prepaid card because I have a budget. Now my books are in limbo and they're not going to grade them.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell them to keep the books and give you $1,000 because that's what they're worth, right?
if they don't get graded on that day when my card gets run, and they don't get encapsulated, leaving them open to being damaged again.
Yeah.
Let's just it's been a terrific talk, guys. I just want to end it on this. The one thing I thought when I first saw all those changes, especially with the over $1,000 value and it being 4% or whatever, the one thing I thought was dealers are now going to be asking legitimately for CGC prices without those books being encapsulated, because they're not going to be able to afford to go and do it anymore. That's what I thought. But again, Andy, Rob, everyone on the panel, thank you for this. It's been an interesting conversation. And the thing is, I'm hoping 6 to 8 to 10 months from now, we're not talking about the same damn thing.
The next price increase.
Yeah.
Well, remember, as Slot once said, as long as it helps me get my books back faster, I'm willing to pay more.
Not this time. Not this time.
E-Man, you answered your own thing when you said a company, you have a phone, a proprietary company that makes its own device, its own operating system, and doesn't license it to everybody. And then you said, oh, the other company has more different phones making them. Of course, that's true. What kind of argument is that?
Ben saying Mark has a great point that CGC has dropped from 3 graders per book to 1 grader. There goes CGC, or pardon me, there goes quality control alone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard from CGC that that's true. I've heard rumors that that's true, but I've
Comics
never
by the Bay. Yeah, to me, it's rumors as well.
But based on what we've seen come out of there, I find it difficult to believe that 3 different people are looking at each book, because that just is ridiculous.
Speaking of looking at books,
let's look at some.
Let's get a new comic book day, guys.
Show us what you got, Chris.
Let's turn this whole aura into a little bit more of a positive one, shall we? It's the damn franchise right there, and I say damned because it's not a positive thing. Right now he's damned with this creative team. It's time, Marvel. It's time. Give it to Chip Zdarsky and to freaking Patrick Gleason. Let them be the creative team. Anyways, this is issue 24. Next month is a big one. Be prepared for variance overload. Just a heads up.
Hey, Chris from Retro Rocket Comics is here.
Oh,
there you go.
We were talking about Chris earlier. I'm actually really enjoying this. So I picked up issue 3. This is Son of Staros, issue number 3. Like Jay, I read monthly faithfully for over 5 years now. Wonder Woman. This is $7.98. $7.98. I went with the B variant. Just Joelle Jones did this particular cover. I thought it was just a lot better than the A cover. If you like the A cover, good for you. I just happen to like this Jones cover. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Joelle Jones, but hey, I'm a big fan of
Wonder Woman. She finished it.
It looks like finished. This is. Like, this is how I draw.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of a side profile, leave a lot of white space, thinking that it looks cool. But but hers does look more cool than what mine does. House of Slaughter 14. Again, I've said it for a while. If you can ignore that first arc of House of Slaughter, you will legitimately enjoy this comic book. It's really, really good right now. I'm presuming, like almost everyone on this panel, they've all picked up Superman 3. Superman and the super titles have turned around in the last 2 years. God bless DC for actually putting some smart minds and some excellent storytelling into the Man of Steel. And yeah, it's pretty damn good. And that's a pretty cool cover. The last book I'm going to show is No One. So yeah, the trade dress is like 2/3 of the whole damn comic book. But this is No One issue number 2. I thought number 1 was okay. TW may feel differently about that.
I didn't read it because it's in that massive universe I don't give a rat's ass about.
It is a Kyle Higgins book, but it seemed to be a little bit different from the normal Radiant stuff. And yeah, I thought it was okay. So
it's not all just copying Power Rangers.
E is saying, really, I enjoyed the Book of Slaughter and dropped House of Slaughter. If we have to go back up, right from 7, there's a custodian of history that's in it that is introduced in issue number 7, and because they're really short and tight on Monster Hunters, this custodian, who is only basically a pencil pusher, gets thrown out into the real world to deal with a legitimate monster in the Great Lakes area. It's actually a really good arc. I recommend that particular arc. AR is saying that he likes the ASM cover, and new Power Rangers movie tonight.
Yeah,
okay,
I watched the first half of it already.
Okay,
does it hold up?
Does it hold
Do
up?
they morph in town?
It seems cool to me, but I like all Power Ranger stuff, so
yeah,
it's fine. It's Power Rangers. Can't really dissect too much of it.
Yeah,
that is after
all
my
good,
time.
man. All good. They switch.
Me too.
They switch main characters. Rob?
Yes, sir.
Show us
How
what you
are
got.
you?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling just ducky, sir.
Okay.
I picked up that Amazing Spider-Man, and I got immediate like Bionic Man vibes. Man, we can rebuild him, make him stronger, and make him faster.
We have the
6
technology.
billion.
That's right. $6 million man.
3 billion.
And of course, I got that Vulture variant.
Squatty Potty Vulture.
Yeah. And I had to pick up the Nightwing. The Wing of the Night.
Very nice.
Beast Boy sitting there with no socks. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Californian thing.
Then I have 2 things for the giveaway bin. Yeah, it was at my local LCS, we had a signing event for Mike Chen was there with IDW's Deep Space Nine. So I got 2 different covers that are signed. That'll be going in the giveaway bin, and they carry the only COA that matters, folks. The Rob Authenticity that actually ties the book, lists IDW Star Trek Deep Space Nine issue 1, signed by Mike Chen and everything else. So it links that to the book at least.
Kyle, thanks for joining us.
I love it. Man, I want to win one of those bitches now. Bad.
And then I was bored. So I felt bad that I didn't have too many comics. I went looking around and I spotted this and I said, I need to have that because I haven't read this story. And everyone said how great this is. So I picked up Batman, The Long Halloween.
Good choice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it actually is good.
So I was happy to grab that in trade paperback. And then I got one other thing that came, which is going to be unboxed and repackaged and never show up on my show.
Apple slices?
It's not apple slices because this is for Chris the Comic Vet.
Shout out to Wolverine's Comic Shops. Wolverine Comic Shop has been in business in the United States for, I believe, well over 20 years. It was a channel that I recently discovered. I shouted them out on my Grow Together Tuesdays yesterday, and I guess now he's joined us. My man, Happy New Comic Book Day. I hope that it was beneficial to you and your small business. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you stopping by. Everyone loves apple slices, man.
Yeah.
It's a thing. All right.
But that's
I got to go with Andy.
I'm not sending Chris apple slices though.
Okay. I got to go with Andy. I like following Rob up with Andy because when it comes to Star Wars stuff, usually one picks up something certain and the other one picks up the
And
other
I didn't
thing.
pick up any Star Wars.
And there was no Santa Star Wars there for Rob.
I'm not reading that one.
I mean,
Okay.
the only
It's good.
the only
It's
slice
fun.
of anything, the only slice of anything that I need tonight is a slice of that slick looking TW down there in the sunglasses.
Oh,
There's a reason for the shades, but you know.
Hey, all 8 eyes from Dark Horse I picked up. This just sounds like a super fun read. This is gonna be the first book I read because I kind of like the way this sounds. Takes readers back to the forgotten corners of post 9/11 New York City, where college dropout Vin Spencer floats through life during a drug and party fueled haze, until one terrible night sweeps him into the drifters' reckless war against giant 8-legged horrors stalking the city's most vulnerable residences. It just sounded kind of cool. I hate spiders, and I wasn't going to pick it up.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
I decided to pick that up. House of Slaughter, of course. I'm sticking on this series, even though I'm a little behind, simply because Chris and some other people said it's gotten much better, and this is one of the better covers this week out.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion,
fire.
They
cover.
killed that cover.
Yeah.
Time Before Time. I'm sticking with this because several community members messaged me month to month saying don't give up on this. I thought it was going to end. They said it's gotten a lot better. I'm still about 10 issues behind though.
Andy, just a sec. Everyone, AR was kind enough just to drop the link to Wolverine's Comic Shop. Wolverine's Comic Shop specifically does, I know we were just talking about it, but a lot of CGC and graded comic book unboxings, and they're really fun. Not only that, blue and yellow label stuff that I know I enjoy. I'm presuming stuff that a lot of you may enjoy. Give them an opportunity. Give them a sub.
Absolutely. Support them now before CGC really starts raking them. Sorry. So I'm done.
Okay.
TMNT Armageddon game. I will still buy everything TMNT and keep that on the reading pile for those rainy day days. You can see what and I went together and do a weekly or a monthly show talking about Turtles. And I will still continue to enjoy Walking Dead Deluxe every time it comes out. That was my biggest gripe when Walking Dead was coming out, was that it wasn't in color. Now I get to relive that issue by issue. Star Wars High Republic Adventures. This is how you do a Star Wars title. Cover A. That's it. No variants, no cover Bs, no nothing. Just cover A. Good story. Have fun with it. Santa Staros, picking that up. Obviously, I've had fun with the first 2 issues, so I'm looking forward to seeing where issue 3 goes. I did get the cover B and no incentives. No incentives.
Were there incentives this time, Rob? Or pardon me, Andy?
I think there may have been one.
Okay.
Rob will let me know. I didn't find anything at my LCS though. Yoda. Was this a Noto cover? Can't remember if that was Noto.
Looks
or
like
not.
a Noto.
Yeah.
Yoda issue 6. I mean, you start getting further into these Star Wars titles, and interest starts to wane a little bit. That's when I start to pay more attention to the additional covers, especially the good-looking additional covers. Nice. And yeah, I overpaid. I paid $30 for the ratio, but this was not on my pull list. I did not receive it. I did not order it. I cut my extra Star Wars titles down to cover A. This was the cover that I was really looking for this week. My LCS wanted $30. I know I overpaid it. It's probably not going to be worth that later, but I really, really wanted this cover.
Yeah,
you know what you do? You should
beautiful.
get that slab right away.
That is awesome, though, man.
Yeah, you should get that slab right away.
Yeah,
that's terrific.
Slab it before
Andy, I don't think that's too much to pay for that cover for that book.
I'll say this, I don't have to worry about any of these modern Star Wars titles getting bounced out of the modern tier because they all tank after New Comic Book Day.
So the Santa Staros did not have an incentive variant. It was just an A and B cover.
And one
TJ,
more
thanks for joining us.
One more surprise is I just got a Star Wars slab in the mail, and I will show that off on my channel at 8:30 tonight.
Crack it open and send it out again. See how much it costs.
not this one. Not this one. Kind of a grail book for the collection.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Andy. That was tremendous.
Nice.
Good job.
Matt Spidey's in the house, channel member. I hope that you're doing well.
Matt Spidey.
All right.
Matt Spidey.
It's Tom Cruise. Show us what you got.
Yeah. So
Maverick.
For those of you who did not watch last night's channel, which nobody did, I'm wearing my sunglasses because I scratched my cornea over the weekend. So I'm damaged goods. Real quick, I'm going to show books I got from Princess of Comic Gains on Whatnot this past week. This is a $20 pull box. I did not win. She always does this, and then you get a chance of winning a slab, 1 in 15 shot. And I did not win the slab, but I got good old Silver Age, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen.
I love that cover.
Yeah, it's a cool one. This is the second time in a row I've gotten this from her. This issue of World's Finest. But whatever.
Wow.
What issue number is that World's Finest?
Send it to me. I'll take it. Sure.
World's Finest is 164. I'll put it aside for you, Jim. I still have the Moon Knight put aside for you.
Very nice.
And then she throws in bonus books too. So I got a Strange Mysteries number 12 as a bonus book. So not bad for
Hand
20
of
bucks.
God?
What's that?
Is that the Hand of God?
Probably. Yeah, why not? Sure. I mean, it's all fiction.
Here you go.
And then it was a light week for books this week. This actually came out last week, but I finally was able to snag it. Phantom Road number 2.
Cup of Comics, thanks for stopping by.
Avengers for Assemble Omega. This is the last. Jason Aaron's on the title.
Have you been through that book, the Assemble? And what did you think?
You can find out at 8:30, sir.
Oh,
yeah. The Mighty Barbers Ians, number 1.
Yeah.
This is like just something for what's his nuts? Casual comic guy to
Gary B.
Gary B.
What's his nuts?
What's his nuts?
Nightwing. And just because it was a real slow week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not expect you to have Warlock, but hey.
I mean, the LCS, they're shit at getting indie books. I really do need to get a pull list put together, but then I have to think about shit ahead of time. So,
and well, you just sit there and look good, man, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
All right, my Canadian brethren, Jay, my man, show us what you got. And wait, where did you get it?
I got it at Gotham Central Comics in Mississauga.
Very nice. Yep. I hope Carlos served you well.
He did, and we chatted for a little bit afterwards. So, which we always do. And he's at Gotham Central. If you're in Mississauga, is a great shop.
I'm missing that logo, Chris. I can't pop it up.
That's okay. Yes. That's okay.
I'll just pop up this one then.
As I have as much as I have a great relationship with Carlos from Gotham Central, which is in the next suburb of Toronto over to the west. If you carry on another 50 miles, you'll run into Retro Rocket Comics, located in Cambridge, Ontario, who is proudly sponsoring this month's Comic Army box giveaway.
Awesome. All right. So I got Exo Man of War number 2. The first one was just bloody awesome. It was the first Exo comic I ever read. So
Liam Sharp. Liam Sharp's awesome.
I heard that issue 1 was good.
It's so good. Yeah. Gunslinger Spawn. I buy all the Spawn titles.
Now, what's the cover price on that one, Jay? Is he still
$2.99?
Yep.
Every Spawn comic is still $2.99, man.
Yep.
So thank you, Todd. My favorite Spider-Man villain is the Vulture. So got to buy this. I don't even know what comic this is. Is this Amazing Spider-Man or? Didn't even look. I'm like, it's Vulture. I'll just buy it.
Yeah,
not even
Spider-Man
sure.
24.
That's amazing.
Spider-Man. Okay. Wonder Woman. I just get cover A or whatever. I don't really think about it too much. Superman. I really like this Superman. These first 3 issues. Yeah, this one was the best of the 3.
They've been really good. KBDM, happy New Comic Book Day. Appreciate your time.
KBDM.
New Mutants, just because I buy anything with New Mutants on it. That's just that's there's no reason for it. And I got 2 different Superboy covers.
Yeah, the funny thing is like the cover A there, he's doing the side profile looking back, John Bon Jovi on the New Jersey cover, and there's actually a variant that's basically the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I know, and
that's an homage.
Yeah,
That
Carlos
covers an
pulled
homage.
that one for me. I was like, nah, I'll just take this one. So
Right.
I changed it.
Yeah,
All right,
for sure.
Jim, it's been a minute, my man, but show us what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice shirt, by the way, Jim. Nice shirt.
Thank you. Mr. Lynx, got a rep, Link Swat. Deceased, the cyborg shooting in the head
I
variant.
did not see that cover. That is nice.
And then I got the my LCS has changed their deal. They were all like, "Oh, you can only get one copy," and then he shut down his other store because it tanked, and now he's like, "You can get anything you want." It changed just like that because I said, "I really want this one too," and the guy's like, "Give it to him." I wanted this one.
Oh, I couldn't find
man.
one.
Oh,
Yeah, I said
Is-
I gotta have that. Now
Is
the
that
question
Adam
is,
Hughes? That's not Adam Hughes though. That's just an homage to Adam Hughes.
Yeah, it's I don't know, somebody after Hughes. It says I don't care. It's still dope as hell.
yeah, that's.
And which
and
one
you-
should I read? Which should be my reader copy?
The
uh,
cyborg.
The cyborg for sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was thinking. And then
And the thing is that Adam Hughes, the original Adam Hughes, in
yeah,
a 9.8, that's over $500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for this
that's
week.
that's a big time book.
yeah,
Just for
I
this
don't
week
kick
after
out of that modern
afterwards.
tier.
I
Yeah,
don't have it.
I was waiting for that, Andy.
Poor Andy. Nightwing. I got this cover because I don't know. I just didn't care. I got this. This looks interesting. I don't know if this came out last week or not because
Silent Tales.
That's
No, it
today.
came out this week. That's new.
you know
I love that
it's,
cover.
It's a
I think
silent
that's
that
book.
was yeah.
It's a
I
collection of
just-
short stories, I believe.
Right. It's a one shot. It says one shot, 6 stories. I just thought it was neat, and I love the cover. I thought Rob would get this for sure, just for shits and giggles, because it's got his
I'm trying to
woman on
control
it.
myself.
I understand.
I picked up a few big books recently.
I know. I saw Monday.
This is true.
Black Adam. I had to hang in there. They got 2 more issues. I didn't care what cover I got on that either. I think there was another cover, but I didn't even bother. Whatever they had in there is what I took. I'm gonna stay with that one till the end. She-Hulk. That was the one. There were like 3 different covers, but this is the one that I liked. And I don't know this. I didn't pick my stuff up last week, guys. So if you see something that's from last week, whatever. This is the one I got for Superman. The Nakiyaha.
DNA.
He's got a couple covers this week. The Catwoman.
Yeah, I just
as
thought
well.
that was. I thought the way they were looking at each other, it's like I'm gonna smack you. Yes, and he's smiling like, yes, I like that. Go ahead. I'm in prison for God's sakes.
You know, Lex has always been obsessed with Superman. So why
Yeah. Still loving Moon Knight. If you're not reading Moon Knight, what's wrong with you? This was kind of more of a Tigra book than anything else, but I'm gonna let this one go. I read it and was like, okay, yeah, I guess you have to have a filler. This is a filler. Hellcat. I want to see where this goes. I'm giving it one more shot. This is issue 2, so we're gonna see where the story goes with it. Nocterra.
Love it.
Yeah,
That was
I love
last week.
Nocterra.
Love it.
No, this was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This somehow got in my box, but I'll read it, see what it is.
Is
I
that
don't-
the Era one?
Wow.
It looks
The
like
what?
That might be the Era book.
it looks like it's the air. The air was way darker than originally intended.
Send that thing to CGC before it becomes
Yeah,
$2,000,
Jim, you're gonna
man.
need to take care of that book, man.
That book
Anyway,
is that
You
book
got
was
yourself
recalled.
a Jaguar in your hands, man.
They did get recalled. They did get recalled. Yeah.
I don't know. This was in my pull. I didn't ask for it, and I was like, just throw it in there. I'll read
It's
it. see what
it's
about.
Tynan though, right?
It's
Yeah, it is
Titan.
Tynan. That's why I
Yeah.
kept it.
No, it's
don't know what
Titan,
it
but the
is.
book was recalled, so they recalled. The book's not out till next week. The new
Right.
version.
So,
So you got.
I
the
don't know if
recalled
you
book,
heard.
man.
I'm guessing my LCS owner just said, "Hey, man, here's the thing. My other store tanked. You can buy what you want. I ain't sending shit back."
He probably put all those books inside. It's like I don't got any more.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this. Hunt, kill, repeat.
it's
I
got
like
a
the
90s
art in it.
flavor on
It's
yeah.
it's an interesting story. I mean, this is issue 2, but issue 1 really caught me, so I'm kind of curious to see how it does. And then the last barbarian, I checked with Gary. She is the last barbarian, and I want to see where this one goes too, because this is issue 2. So I picked these 2 up right away, and that's
Jennifer
it.
Gardner. That's who
That's
that
an
looks like to
interesting
me.
cover.
Doesn't it? What
Jim,
was it?
Jim E's asking, I hear that the C series is good. Now, I've read the last volume, and I thought it was terrific. I've basically been waiting for the trade for this one for it to finish up.
Yeah, it is
You recommend
really
it?
good. Yeah,
Dirk mentioned it. He likes it.
The issue before this was, oh my god! At the end, I was like, oh no, I can't wait. And now I'm like, when you read something that cliffhanger at the end, and you're just like, damn, now I got to wait for the next book. That's good. That's good to me. That's what I want a comic to do. I want it to make me go, wow, now I got to wait for the next one, because it really grips you. For a while there, that's what Nightwing was doing. Nightwing's kind of grown on me more and more, but in the beginning, I was like, wow, when's the next one coming out? I need to know. It's good writing. I think the art is really good. I love the DC stuff anyway. I liked it from the jump when they first did it. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's played out. It's played out. No way.
No. Phil, happy new comic book day. So apparently Moon Knight's going to be getting a second title. Again, like a lot of people say it's the best stuff Marvel's putting out month to month. I personally think Miles is some of the best stuff being put out, and Captain America. But yeah, the Moon Knight movement, for lack of a better term, is out there, and it's
Jed McKay.
Jed McKay is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind see him taking over the Amazing Spider-Man. And DVH is saying this volume of Deceased is terrific.
Yeah.
All right, Izzy, my man.
All right.
Show us what you got.
Everybody said they had a slow week, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Holy moly!
Yeah, mine was from 2 weeks.
Well, let me take off the virtual background for now so that you can actually see these books and they don't go into the. All right, so of course had to get me Superboy. So I got Superboy. I read it. It was a fun read. Nothing too crazy. Nothing out of the way. I had to get the other cover here. So I got 2.
See, again, that's the profile one I was just talking about. See how he's
this was
kind of look.
Yeah, it's just the same thing, but this time he's like spray canning and stuff like that. I like the fact that it has the little Black Lantern thing going on here. Yeah, so little things like that. But I also picked up this one because take a while. Guess what I'm gonna do with this baby?
You're gonna sketch that bad boy up.
Yeah. So I picked that up. Picked up Superman. Read this. I enjoyed it. I like what they did with Parasite, and they actually have Livewire as a character to work on it. And of course, Luthor knows everything that's going on, but there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that's interesting. So I picked that one up. Of course, the homage, because we got the anniversary of Superman 85.
Yep. Happy birthday, Superman, yesterday.
He looks great for his age.
Yeah.
Right. And yep, I also did pick up the DNA one because I thought it was a cool looking cover. This one might actually go in a giveaway someday. Right. I think this came out last week, but I picked it up. So I picked up Flash.
I think that was today.
No,
it was
today,
right?
Yeah,
today?
was
Okay.
today.
I had to make sure. I wasn't 100% sure. So I did pick up Flash. This is a filler story. We're getting ready for that 800th issue coming up really soon. Also, Batman Superman, World's Finest. I thought this cover was sweet. This Dan Moore. So saw this and I was like, immediately had to pick this one up. Right. So you were talking about that Silent Tales. There was a different cover. So if you look at it, this was this is also Silent Tale.
Yeah, I saw that one. I like the Harley one better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Zatanna, but yeah.
So I picked that up.
Roscoe.
Also, Hellcat issue 2. I read issue 1, so I figured I might as well continue.
Right.
So,
I just want to see where it goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, I can drop it. I mean,
it was okay to me. I had people saying, "Well, what do you mean it's okay?" I was like, "It's okay to me. It wasn't all
right.
that.
It wasn't gripping me, but we'll see how it goes.
Away, right? It didn't blow my socks away. Another book that didn't blow my socks away, but I had to continue reading it. That's Hallows Eve. So, which is cool. I like her power set though. I think that's really cool. The cool thing about her is her power set, right? So Hallows Eve.
Third birds and nerds in the house.
I picked this one up, man. This is the She-Hulk cover I thought was awesome.
Yeah, I almost got that one. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, I almost got that one, but I wanted the one with the judge's hammer on it.
Yeah, this to me, this was more of a this was a cover buy for me, so that's why I had to pick it up. Of course, I had to pick Spidey because I am dying to find out what is it that he did so wrong. So we're getting there, all right?
Yeah, 2 years later.
Yeah, I know, right? And of course, man, Galactus. Look at this is my favorite Alex Ross cover so far. Just the sheer colors that he used to make Galactus work. That's what I love it for the colors. And of course, because if anyone knows me, they know that this is my favorite character. So, sorry guys, love him. But wait, there's more. The Alan Davis.
Oh,
right?
Alan Davis, really?
Yeah, Alan Davis, man. And
Very nice.
Jimmy Chen.
Wow.
You didn't get the Howard the Duck cover?
No, because it's gonna be there. I didn't
Okay.
care about it. You know what I mean? But I did get the 616 cover. The one that that's coming up where it's the homage to the Infinity Gauntlet. So that one should be, I think it should be in the mail. It should be on its way. So that's my book. Those are my books, and I finished it, but I have to continue working on it while we were talking. The request with Spidey.
Oh,
nice.
So as you could see, the pencils
Well
are still
done.
there for the webbing. Webbing takes forever, but we'll probably do some coloring on it as well. So that was the request for the day. So you got some Spidey love. So this will go out to somebody in the community. We'll see who wants it. So if you could claim it in the community. So
very nice.
Very nice.
Those are my books.
Thanks for that. Is okay.
No problem.
While I got 29 people here, again, I just want to shout out Retro Rocket Comics, my LCS located in Cambridge, Ontario. Chris has stepped up big time to the plate, and for the Comic Army box for this month, which will be given away the first Wednesday of next month, as long as those timeless variants are now completed from Marvel. This is currently all the Alex Ross timeless variants that one lucky channel member will win next month.
What was the shop again?
Yeah, Retro Rocket Comics.
There we go. We didn't get it last time. He said it last time. It didn't come out.
And Izzy's absolutely right. This Galactus is tremendous.
Yeah.
And not only that, the rest of them are great too, and they can be all yours. Just make sure that you're a channel member, join the Comic Army. And,
is the Galactus just like I know you have the MODOK. You have the MODOK there. I just wanted to see the comparison between the two.
Sure. Okay.
So let me pull up Comics by the Bay comment.
This is a short box. Yeah, it might have to.
No, I think by the time he's over, it's going to come in a long box.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, Chris is kind enough to donate all these books. Like this is easily well over $100.
Oh
It
yeah.
don't cost me that much just to ship it. This is the MODOK that he's talking about.
Okay, I see what you mean. Because I like those, just the face, like all the way in the camera. I think those are cool.
The Juggernaut's pretty good too, but he's kind of off to the side.
Yeah.
So yes, everyone that is a channel member or plans on joining the Comic Army and becoming a channel member, this could be yours. First Wednesday next month, when we do Show Us What You Got, the live New Comic Book Day Hangout. And that's about it. We're going to go around the horn in a moment. Just let everyone know, yesterday I dropped a Grow Together Tuesday. If you have the opportunity, just click on the video and click the links to the 4 channels that I spotlighted. They're all great channels, channels that I've really started to enjoy over the last couple of weeks. I think you might too. Tomorrow I'll be dropping a brand new Walmart video. It's going to be called "They All Can't Be Home Runs."
So you went to my Walmart for that, right? Mine sucks.
So they can't all be home runs. I've been lucky. I've always finished in the black. You may want to check this particular video. Speaking of channel members, look at this. Couchin and Such with C Bizzle. Welcome to the Comic Army, my man. I appreciate that. And I'm now going to have to go get a new role going. So next week I'll be premiering a new role with C Bizzle's name in that. And I'll probably have to put Dr. Von Hoot and C Bizzle together because those are just two tremendous. And
I had to do that with Dr. Von Hoot, man. When I had to put him on my role, I was like, oh, how I have to shrink all the letters to put it in there.
I don't shrink it. His is just awesome. I leave it the way it is. Dagger Cards, my man. Happy New Comic Book Day. Thanks for stopping by. And Birdbird, my pleasure, my man. I enjoy your channel. I hope everyone else gets the opportunity to enjoy your channel as well. 808 Lantern. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Yeah, talking about Lantern. You just reminded me something. BT Big Time Collectibles.
And
right now.
Keep checking your Walmarts. They do show up periodically. And well, it's been a minute since we've had anyone dance. So Ferd Bird, thank you very much here on this channel. When there's a little bit of a donation sent, well, we celebrate by dancing.
I thought you were going to show Tyler.
Thank you for the super chat. That was very kind of you. And all right, let's shrink this up. And is my man, since you're next to me, what's coming up on the Izzyverse New York City YouTube comic book channel? That's
what isn't coming up? There's a lot of stuff going on this week. So we are starting next week. We're going to do our community artist show. So if you go into the community page, you could vote for the name of the show. There's 4 different titles, different names. The Sketchy Show is one. The CBD Show, which is for the comic book drawers, but CBD, you get, if you get what I mean. You have that one. So that's happening. We're doing that for next Thursday. We're gonna get some community artists to do some sketches, just like what I did here. So we'll do that for next Thursday. We are going to the Brooklyn Independent Show on Saturday, so I'll get some footage of that as well. And then, as always, you got the Monday giveaway show. So I do have a book that I'm going to add to it because Gary, the casual guy, won the Spider-Man 7 signed by Dan Slott. So that's gone. But I have a book that's going to replace it for channel members, and I think you guys might want it. So it's going to be a big one. It's a big book and it's signed by not 1 but 3 different artists, and 2 of those 3 artists are no longer with us, unfortunately. So
wow,
that's your little clue on what the book is. I'm gonna drop it, I think on Friday. I'll share it with everybody what that book is. And talk about Adam Warlock. I'm gonna do a short on Adam Warlock that you guys are gonna see very soon. I'm working on it right now, so that's happening on the Izzyverse. So everything's happening there, man. It's a lot of stuff going on this week.
Awesome. All right, Andy, I know that you're going to drop out soon. You got your big to-do tonight at 8:30. Andy, what else is happening on the Comic Man Andy YouTube channel?
8:30 live new comic book day show, and we're going to show off the surprise slab we picked up today. And then we're going to go read a story with this guy for bedtime and be back in 15 minutes.
Watch Andy struggle with a young child.
Andy, thank you.
Andy, duct tape
we got it under control.
Andy, silence is golden. Duct tape is silver.
Yeah.
Rob, what's happening on the Rob's Fat Stacks O Comics YouTube channel?
Well, I'm glad you asked that.
Thank you.
I'll even give you an answer. Tomorrow, I have a video dropping. I get a package from the Spiral Dimension, a massive package, but I'm not sure if it survived.
He said massive.
Run through the ringer. Yes, Dr. Von Hoot sent me his massive package, and it's a little beat up. It's a little worse for wear.
It's been around the block, has it?
It's been around the block, around the globe. It's been run over. It was delivered by the Ace Ventura Pet Detective Agency. So yeah, we'll check and see what survived. And then Saturday, I'll be joined by, of course, the greatest co-host in all the universe, Mr. Chris the Comic Vet there, as we bring on Cole's comic claims on his,
man.
Yeah, looking forward to see what Cole got.
Yeah, I might have to watch that one.
So Cole from Cole's Comics Claims will be on there, and then Monday we're back at it with Mail Call.
Yeah, he's going to be battling you on best mustache, man.
No,
It's very different mustaches.
Cole's
very
mustache,
Is
man.
he rocking a mustache right now?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I think he's back to the porn stash. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
or the
Right.
70s,
That
or the
mustache-
70s,
like 2 days.
70s cop stash. You know, it's a great mustache. It just doesn't have the flair that mine.
Yeah, his is like, you know,
Yours is more of
other
a
person
Raleigh
up in the
fingers.
train.
That's
Evil,
right. Mine's got a lot more flair to it. That's right.
Yeah,
Woo!
he's the guy that ties the woman up on the train tracks with the, you know, evil twist.
Dick Dastardly.
No, that's yeah.
Jim, what's happening on the Digger Jim YouTube channel?
I have some mail coming. I'll probably shoot it this weekend, so it'll throw up on Monday. Some stuff that I bought from some Instagrammers. I'm currently reading the entire run of this. I'm gonna give a little.
Cool.
I'm gonna give a little breakdown of what I thought of it. This was, this was just my brother and I wanted this freaking robot so bad when we were kids. My father's like, there's no way I'm paying that much money for 2 of these and not well worth one of these. If one of you has it, then the other one will break it. He went through this whole, we just never got it. Yeah, and I was so jealous because, one of my friends had it and I was just like, look at it from afar and go, damn.
Rocket launching.
Yeah, so I decided I was going to read this and I'll do a little synopsis on it and say what I thought. And then, I am hoping to meet up on Saturday. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to get a permission to metal detect this property. Hopefully I don't get a no, but if I do, that's just part of the game. I move on to the next one. So
awesome. Last but certainly not least, it's my good friend from just around the corner.
Yes.
Jay, what's coming up on the J-Man YouTube channel?
Well, in about 5 minutes, right after this, I'm going to be going live and talking about wrestling.
J-Man, we got to talk then.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. For sure.
Welcome back.
And then this Friday, so every Friday we're doing a versus. So we're doing 80s fantasy movies. So this Friday is Hawk the Slayer versus Ator the Fighting Eagle. So that's going to be this Friday. And then the winner of that's going to face Conquest, Lucio Fulci's Conquest movie from 1983. I don't know if there's any fans of that except for me. But and then we're just doing random comic book streams here and there. Like this Monday, we're doing Legion of Superheroes. So we did the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes in Adventure 247, and we're going to do every appearance in order. So the next up is Adventure 267 with Action 267. So we might do 2 or 3 as we go. That'll be Mondays. So, and I had my Shogun Warriors Godzilla from childhood.
Yes,
yes, the Godzilla.
Man, don't rub it in.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna.
God.
So should I get this slabbed? This book?
It is. It's on your ice slab, right?
Look at that. It's on my ice slab. Look at it. This is, special clear edition.
That's a nice cutout. I love the 1990s.
I will say I got my copy, so I'm happy.
The Lantern saying, okay, so I just subscribed to everyone I wasn't subscribed with, which was Comic Man Andy, J-Man, Digger Jim, and Izzy. Well, my man, we appreciate that. And to everyone else that has been hanging out tonight in the chat, we all appreciate your time. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you so much for checking out the books that we picked up. To the panel and to TW who dropped out. Everyone, guys, I appreciate it. Like I often say, when I fire this show up, I'm hopeful that just one person shows up. So I'm thankful that all of you came out. And thanks again. The invitation is always there. And to everyone that's watching, and Marcus, who just arrived. Everyone, if you're interested in coming on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, just to show the books that you picked up recently. Doesn't necessarily have to be brand new Comic Book Day books. Just ask for the invitation. I'll send you the link. Everyone that's in the Comic Army, thank you so much. And to Couchin and Slouchum with C Bizzle, welcome to the Comic Army. And we're going to catch you all next week. Make sure that you check out Only Slabs Saturday. This will be the first time I actually talk live with Cole. I don't know about you guys, but that's a first for me. And Cole's been around for a bit. With that being said, everyone, make sure that you have a safe week. And where's the video I'm looking for? There it is. Good night, everyone.